So this is a quick update video to go through some new functionality that's recently been released. We've added this assurance button to the standard modifier toolbar at the bottom of the desktop here. And this has also been added to the modifiers box as well. It's for rolling skill checks with assurance. So basically, just as a simple example, if you want to roll a skill with assurance, so this only works for character sheets at this point in time for player characters. We click on the assurance button and then say we want to make a medicine check. Normally this would be +9, but with assurance we only use the proficiency level and no other bonuses or penalties. So although the dice rolls, notice it was a 14 on the dice, we just always get a 10 on the dice plus the proficiency modifier, so a 16. And note that assurance is tagged in the chat window to know that assurance was used with that dice roll. Sorry, assurance was used with that skill check. We do roll the dice just because that's quite inherent to the whole of this rolling of a skill process. So rather than try and replace that and do a lots of additional coding, we just use it and then substitute the 10 in at the end. So just as an example, just to show, so normally if we'd roll this check, we get a 1, but notice that this character currently has negative effects against them. If we just check that they're sickened 1, so they get that effect, but when we rolled the assurance, because assurance ignores all penalties and bonuses other than proficiency, that was ignored and not taken into account at that point. Another example of that is, if you're using multi-attack penalties on activities that actually use that, say for example a grapple check. If you make a couple of these, normally you notice the multi-attack buttons are automatically populated and the relevant penalties applied to them. But if I then wanted to use assurance on a grapple check, because it uses athletics, I could click the assurance button and it's just going to roll that, and it's going to ignore so, it's 10 + 4, 14. It ignores the multi-attack penalties and everything else around there. And this is all built in to the activities and the skill check subsystem. So say for example, if we were doing a secret check, just say recall knowledge, and maybe somebody's going against a trained DC, and then the player would roll a secret check. Sorry, I forgot to click the assurance button. So this would just, you can see that it's hidden, all of this roll is actually hidden from the players. I mean, the player would know that they'd be getting 14 for an assurance check if they wanted to use assurance, but they wouldn't know the target DC. They wouldn't see the results. This is all hidden from the players because it's a secret check. So the GM can just very quickly see if it's a failure or not. I mean, ultimately the GM would know what the target was, and they'd know that it would be 14. So maybe you wouldn't do the roll, but this could be a bit more needed when you just wanted to hide things from the players, or there's different actual results that could be displayed, and just make it easier for the GM. It's up to you if you use it or not. Like I say, it's only for character sheets, and whoever's making the roll needs to click the assurance button before they roll. The button does disappear after it's been used, so, and it will only be triggered for skill checks. If you roll an attack that doesn't use assurance, and the assurance button doesn't disappear because you haven't made a skill check yet. As soon as you make a skill check, then the button disappears and assurance is used for that check. The functionality doesn't currently check if you actually have assurance in a skill, so that is just something to work out between the GM and the players to make sure that the players only use it when they actually have it. Like I say, you can see that it's got assurance being tagged in the chat window there, so you could see if a player did use it. So certainly for future functionality, we'll consider checking to see if the actual PC does have assurance in that skill as a feat. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.